In the late 1960s and early 1970s, a chilling, mysterious figure known as the Zodiac Killer cast a dark and malevolent shadow over Northern California. This enigmatic phantom terrorized the region, leaving behind a trail of fear, uncertainty, and unsolved murders that continue to baffle investigators to this day. The first known attack attributed to the Zodiac Killer occurred on December 20, 1968, at Lake Herman Road in Vallejo. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, two young lovers, were shot dead while parked in their car. The killer's reign of terror had begun, and the police had no idea what they were up against. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror escalated on July 4, 1969. When he struck again at Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo. Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau were sitting in their car when the killer approached and fired multiple shots at them. Miraculously, Michael survived, but Darlene tragically succumbed to her injuries. Following the attack, the Zodiac Killer began sending cryptic and taunting letters to various newspapers, claiming responsibility for the murders and threatening more violence if his messages were not published. The killer signed his letters with a distinctive symbol that became his trademark, a crosshair with a circle around it, resembling a gun sight. In one particularly chilling letter, the Zodiac Killer taunted the police, stating that he was collecting slaves for the afterlife. His messages were filled with ciphers and puzzles that taunted both law enforcement and the public, daring them to solve his enigmatic riddles. The Zodiac Killer's spree of terror continued on September 27, 1969, at Lake Berryessa. Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were enjoying a day by the lake when the killer approached them wearing a bizarre hooded costume and brandishing a knife. He bound and stabbed them both, leaving them for dead. Cecilia tragically succumbed to her injuries, but Brian survived to recount the harrowing encounter. On October 11, 1969, the Zodiac Killer struck again in San Francisco's Presidio Heights neighborhood. Paul Stein, a young taxi driver, was shot dead while driving the killer to his destination. The killer stole a piece of Stein's shirt as a gruesome trophy, leaving the police with their only eyewitness account of the killer's appearance. The investigation into the Zodiac Killer was extensive, with numerous suspects and theories explored, but the killer's true identity remained elusive. He continued to taunt the authorities with cryptic letters and messages, seemingly always one step ahead. Decades passed, and the Zodiac Killer's identity remained a mystery. Some theories suggested that he might have been a known criminal or even a former military serviceman with knowledge of codes and ciphers. Despite countless hours of investigation and public fascination, the killer's true identity remains unknown. Today, the legend of the Zodiac Killer lives on, captivating true crime enthusiasts and inspiring books, movies, and documentaries. The chilling tale of this enigmatic phantom continues to haunt the collective consciousness, a grim reminder that some mysteries may never be solved, and that evil can hide in the shadows, forever evading justice.